What's up, gang? What's going on? Let me see, do I got a good audio check? We gonna see what's going on, gang. All right, good. We got good audio. Now check this out, gang. Right about this whole Kenneka Jenkins situation. Now I know this that everything went wrong. When you think about it, you got straight drop girl, and he came in with his girl and his kids. Then we know King Rob got a thing for Khalid that's proven, and that'll be your motive for your sexual assault and other crimes that was committed at the hotel. and, and I honestly believe they used them girl. They talked them into it, and they used them at the same time. Now, the thing is about the case, when you paid attention to it, hold on, my audio low and they're going. Let me see what's going on. If you paid attention to it, oh, you might hear the playback or something on my radio. You might have heard it in the back, but think about this, y'all. It was a bunch of men at a party that was full of teens. They don't raise no red flags to y'all. Then somebody lost their life in the cruel two way. So the first thing we gotta think about, why was Great Drop was there? What he was there for? I just see him and this girl, you know what I'm saying, just like me somewhere dressed up, looking nice to go do some touring. We ain't see that. Man, them folks looking like snapback walking in the line. Ain't got nothing going on. See what I'm talking about? So when you think about it, what really going on? We didn't see that. Man, them folks looking like snapback. Hold on, y'all, my bad. I keep checking my audio, make sure my audio good. Y'all can hear me now? Man, I need to put some more gain on this joint. I just need to get a microphone from this joint, y'all. That's all. I'm gonna get a microphone. I see some of y'all be having a hard time. And hold on, let me see what else I can do to this right quick. Hold on, gang. Let's do it like this. Now this for y'all. This good. All right, we should be good now. Now I know we good now. If this don't get it, you need to go to your phone service provider and tell them you don't want the Obama plan. Tell them get you an Android. You know what I'm talking about? Now look, he check this out. Straight drop was there. Not one time he said he was there. Cause nobody didn't watch the footage. Like he watched the footage. You know what I'm talking about? So look, he he I mean he didn't dress up to go nowhere. Him and his girl they look like a snapback couple. She didn't have her hair fixed for no special event. She had that John in a ponytail. And then he didn't even really just change clothes. Like he really didn't even change clothes while he was on the footage. Cause he still had the same clothes walking in the lobby when Mr. Teresa was up there. So I'm like, damn, nigga, you still got on the same set. But yeah, y'all. Then you got King Rob was there. And he'll tell a motherfucker he was there. He said he ain't gonna see him on foot, but he was there. And then chose the King and Marco. Now, I know this for a fact Marco works security. I don't know where, but he works security. But I remember what AK AK said about him. Well, I don't know if it was about him, but somebody was working security over there, old block. And the security, they got cameras around. They say the security, that's how everybody get away. I'm talking about with the murders and all that, because the security would turn the cameras off at old block. And he said this. When he said that, I said, man, it really make a whole lot of sense. Because when you look at that party, everybody from the block there, y'all got to remember, Killer stayed with Irene. Damn near everybody in the room stayed with Irene except for T.Y. and his people came in. But everybody that came in with Killer, Mike now, man, them folks be at Irene house 24/7. And now one time when they was like, who was all in the party, they kept saying, this dude right there, Kenneka sent way over there. They didn't even want to give nobody name. So this automated suspect and a red flag. So when I look at it there, this is the way I'm looking at it. This is my theory. Well, this what some of my some of my investigation lead me to. I honestly believe King Rob was at Monifa Earl, and he probably hit Monifa too. Ain't no question about that. She going like a hot bag of Fritos. You know what I'm talking about? So he had to be in her ear whispering and get, you know what I'm talking about, trying to get him to hook her up with Kenneka, but she wasn't going and she just wasn't feeling right like that. So what he gonna do is play the trick role and try to come in there and buy everybody weed, liquor for the little girls. He do this for the little girl to get him all in the truck, to lure him into a hotel or to his mammy house. You know what I'm talking about? And then look, Monique accept the deal. Boom. And keep this in mind, King Rob down there know everybody on the block. So word is already out about the girl case. See what I'm saying? That's why he do what he do on the internet. He cool, the police help him cover it up. You see what I'm saying? The police help him. That's a bonus for him. He get to go on the internet, mock the girl, they'll call the bitches and hoes, go threaten bitches, to say whatever he want to say about the girl, though. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then check this out, gang. That was going on. He, and he was like, damn, I'm gonna get that job. So he was like, yeah, let me know when y'all gonna throw a party. I'm gonna pop up there. You know what I'm talking about? So that means whoever Kenneka was in the room with, she really didn't even know. These dudes in the room, but Kenneka do know King Ron. She was in his truck. She was in his truck at one point in time. See what I'm saying? Everybody know this, that King Ron got some kind of contact with Kenneka. Cause when he first came out, he already knew what Mr. Rich was. Showed up right at the lady house. But why so aggressive and threatening the lady? They showed your guilt then. You see, you got young shoes with you. You know what I'm talking about? You got some niggas there put in work for you. So you gonna use that muscle to threaten Mr. Reason so she won't say nothing. Cause you know what I'm talking about, she was still standing in the neighborhood. So yeah, I know Mr. Reese was, you know what I'm saying, ain't just gonna say too much just on the strength of them threats, and then she know half of these, she probably know half of his homeboys. You know what I'm talking about? Man, that's all I'm saying. You got a bunch of old men in the room with them girls, man. You know what I'm talking about? And look, they talk about the pearl mate. Don't y'all know you need to use an app. You go get you an address. You know what I'm talking about? And put 2 drops in it. And the motherfucker be knocked out. But look, for too much can kill you. If you put like 5, 6 drops in it, you can kill a motherfucker like that. See what I'm saying? So we think of daybreak drug, we think of pills, but them pills too, they come in all different kind of forms. They were prostitutes use when they drug the tricks, right? At the bar, you know what I'm talking about? Wait on till he make a deal, what he wanna do, decides he wanna pay for it or what. Next thing you know, she finna hit that them little drops in that drink. Boom. 30 minutes later, man, you ain't gonna know what happened. You just gonna wake up in the room by yourself, been robbed, your clothes gone, identification gone. See what I'm saying? So I'm seeing the technique out of where he is. So they was all in the party with them girls and trying to get something shaking, y'all. And Kenneka wasn't even going for that. That's why Kilo Brown said she was moving around from them thirsty niggas. And look, then when you dig more deep into it, look how many friends that lady, look how many people that's in Kenneka circle died almost similarity like she did. This particular time, she in the freezer. But but the crime is still the same in Chicago. What they do to girls, the teenagers. Look at Kiera Cole. She in the same picture with T.Y. and they lady miss. Then you got Key Rod know everything about it. He got so much tea on deck. He telling y'all what to do to catch the news up. You know what I'm talking about? Every time when he get nervous or panicking, jumping on that platform with all that hooping and hollering, yeah, let's get it, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, he nervous. You see what I'm saying? He nervous. He'll call the police. He doing this talking about how everybody DEA federal agent. And he pulled up, chose a King bond receipt. That a DNA bailed him out on bond. Hey, if the police bail you out, you been an informant and you on their payroll. That's how you know what I'm talking about. Cause check out his content when he gets scared, y'all. This is like that time they call the police, they trying to frame him at the murder scene. But you showing the murder scene. You just showed the world that you got acknowledged of a murder, meaning that if you know some, you could be charged with accessory to it. And then plus you done too. So the things that you said, you seen it with your eyes. It wasn't nothing he made up. Now, give him that part. Only thing he made up was them body thugs, all that. But I'm really starting to think about them other bodies he talk about. They could be close friends to somebody they know, and it's like, man, I was reading an article about Brianna Jenkins. Man, they wanted that girl so bad they had to shoot her down. Like they killed her like she was like, and then they went to keep the little boy, right? The dude that killed the little boy was led. They made a plan. Check this out. When they killed Breonna Taylor, they killed the boy. But the boy was in the hospital, right? I guess he was finna survive. They said the little boy was gonna survive. That's what the dude did. Drove up to the hospital and tried to finish him off. Now you a real killer. If you try to kill somebody and they still living in the hospital, you go back up to that motherfucker. Oh yeah. See what I'm saying? This one thing I learned about Chicago, and this kind of fucked up. Cause if you in the game down there, if they can't get to their ops, they finna hit your family up, and they gonna hit the kids the most. I read so many reports and doing some research on all these folks that got locked up in Chicago in the same neighborhood where Kenneka stayed at. I've been on the west side looking at all these nigga academics, see who snitching, who been charged with what and all this old shit, right? So I'm like, man, I know one of these niggas, you know, and then a few of these niggas or a couple of these niggas know something. You know what I'm saying? The more I'm researching, the more closer I'm getting to the gang. I can tell you who OG, who the OGs and the vice lord, who keep the top hat. You know what I'm talking about? Who coordinators and all that old shit out there. Who the leaders, who the OGs and the BGs. You know what I'm talking about? See, I'm on all of it, right? So when they went to the hotel, think about this. Irene planted the party. Her party and said Kenneka helped her plan her party. So was it a Kenneka idea for her to go to Crown Plaza? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, girl, throw your party at Crown Plaza. Come on up, you know what I'm talking about? And girl, when you get the room, girl, I'm gonna bring the cake, the nachos, you know what I'm talking about, the drinks and the cook. You see what I'm saying? None of that. Then she slipped up and said she been planning this for months. Then, if you been planning this for months, and you showed up at the hotel with nothing in your hand, nothing, but you say you drinking, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody finna, if you birthday, if you your birthday and you drink, you finna go get you a fifth or something that you like. Nobody didn't pass no bottles around, so they give me an indication somebody that was staff at that hotel was supplying alcohol. Cause when you think about it, I ain't really just see nobody just bring liquor in there. I ain't see no liquor set up in the goddamn room. So where everybody was getting these cups from when they were coming in the hotel like they was a rat? See, I thought about all of it and I put everything together. I caught them with them freezer keys, what time they got them, and what time they would return. Why is that in the same time frame when they said this when she walked in the freezer? And watch this. And Bree Bree, look, y'all, let me go to this right quick. Hold on, guys. Let me show y'all some. Now look, everybody know how the phones work. Everybody should know how the security system work when it comes to the cameras. And check this out. When you got a phone hooked up to your surveillance footage, it's a lot of things that you can do, right? So check this out, y'all. I want y'all to think like this when I show y'all this video. And this how we finna look at this video. Y'all know the time skips, right? Okay. So with the time skip, that meaning the camera off. So check this out. Look what they was doing when the camera was off and using their phones.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
What's up guys, today I want to show you how to make a CCTV use Android phone.
Now look, I don't want to get a copyright strike, but look, I'm gonna walk y'all through it. Just say I'm the manager. Watch this. Trey Gang, the manager at Crown Plaza Hotel. I got access to the footage because I'm on the security team. So boom, when it was time to take Kenneka out the rooms, the camera started skipping before her time, before she came up missing. So it gonna skip hour before she started missing. Cause I was watching the camera on the freight elevator, time just skipping. Camera be out about an hour, 30 minutes, or 15 minutes. Sometimes it'll skip 2 minutes. You know what I'm talking about? But watch this though. Now he going in the phone, right? You can do this on on at the hotel surveillance systems, right? I'm gonna show y'all that video too, how you can enhance the photos and clear the pictures up. And I'm gonna show y'all that's the reason why her face was blurry on all the footage because of one camera. Well, really two cameras if you ask me. So look, now you can do this on your phone with a regular app, but this just a scenario what it'll look like what Risco was doing when the camera was off and they had to use their phone to still see like around the corners who on the other side of the hall. They need to see who on the other side of the door before they open the door. Cause keep this in mind, you got the cameras off, right? So nobody can't see unless you got your phone. So you go on, you set it up, you set all this up, right? Now keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. I'm gonna give this phone right here to the front desk. I'm gonna let the front desk hold this phone, and I got my phone with me. So keep this in mind. I'm on the lower level somewhere down there with Kenneka, right? So look, all I got to do is communicate with my staff, right? I just cut my phone on, so I'm finna upload the video, get the camera working, right? Now watch this, y'all. Man, is my mic still working? Let me see if my mic still working. Now watch this, y'all. Yeah, this junk still on. All right. Man, y'all see that? He filming with, look, the phone I got. I'm walking with Kenneka at the phone on the right screen. That what the front desk will be watching what he doing. You see that? A prime example, y'all. They was using the phones. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at the way the CCTV works with the flash drive, hard drive, cause look, all this still gonna be saved on the hard drive. You see what I'm saying? That's why they didn't want to drop their hard drive off. They said just give us a UBS flash drive and let's copy and burn it on the CD into a file. You see what I'm saying? But they still got this data in the hard drive. You see what I'm saying? So if y'all say, if you still want to see the footage, you just got to raise hell to these folks to get that footage. I know we tired of seeing the same stuff, but man, it's good to keep seeing it because you'll never forget. And when the new footage, look, keep this in mind. Keep this in mind, right? The much you know, the much will get done. You know what I'm saying? The much you know, the you know what I'm saying, the more you can get done on this, right? Cause nobody don't want to talk to you if you don't know what you talking about. If you ain't speaking facts or none of that, nobody ain't gonna hear you. So this a picture. Y'all see how the picture look, right? Now watch this. If I have this kind of tools, if I can, you know what I'm saying, get this kind of tools and all of this, you know what I'm saying, so I can enhance and brighten it with a real tool instead of, because you can't do it on your phone. You got to have a computer, you know what I'm talking about. And I think, I don't know, I don't know if this junk free or not, but I'm gonna check into it and I'm gonna just play with the app and see can I learn how to, you know what I'm talking about, clear images, you know what I'm saying? Because the more I learn about videos and editing and cropping and producing the video, you know what I'm talking about, man, that's knowledge to me. I done learned how to spot fake videos now. I know how to pinpoint, you know what I'm saying, a video that could look real, but it's really green screen. You know what I'm talking about, the way you got it set up. But you see how he enhancing the pictures. Now you see how bright that is, right?
The frames parameter, we're going to go ahead and increase that to the max value of 51 frames. So we are actually analyzing the current frame of video plus 25 frames that have occurred right before this frame and 25 frames that will occur after this frame within this 51 frame sequence. So this image is right in the middle, and we're looking at those other 25 frames before and after.
And notice about frames. I learned about video quality. I could tell what video ratio you got. I mean, your video revolution. I could tell if you watching at 70p, 820, 80p, you know what I'm talking about. Appreciate the super chat, y'all. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, appreciate that Kimberly. The bruise on me, Jack. Love you, Trey. Love you too, boo. Shout out to Rampage too, y'all. Yeah, you know Rampage down with the pie y'all gang. You know what I'm talking about. So look, what I'm basically saying, it's a reason why they got Kenneka face blurry on the footage. Cause keep this in mind, she is walking with her eyes closed, but not on every camera though. Ain't this funny? The camera in the kitchen on the lower level that she walked out of, the camera that caught her when they enhanced her hand, you know what I'm saying, coming out the kitchen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that was Kenneka. I believe that's that girl that was walking with T.Y. Rowland. Cause when you look at it, when they got them freezer keys, when he came out that kitchen with them freezer keys, that was That where T.Y. and their roller was coming from. In the same fucking kitchen. So that means they needed her just for that one little camera. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's Kenneka on the footage, but not all of it. I'm put it out there. Not all of it, because the kitchen footage is suspicious to me, because her face is blurry. You can't even look. The girl got the same body as Kenneka's, the same outfit. And keep this in mind. Only thing she need to do is take her shoes off and put Kenneka's shoes on. You see what I'm saying? Man, that girl got clothes missing. I want to know if she had a wallet on her. If her wallet would have had fingerprints on it. Then you found another scrunchie. How many scrunchies did she had on her wrist? I counted 2, but you still got a third one in the freezer, laying right behind her. So check this out, y'all.
Next, we're going to apply our fusion parameter. That's going to clean up some of the murkiness. And then as a last step, we're going to apply our denoising filter. I'm going to reset this. And you can see there's still a little bit of signal noise. And we can clean that up just a little bit. We're going to back it off just a hair. And so now that we've got again, a pretty decent enhanced result, we're going to go ahead and take a snapshot of this. And you can see we've had a previous snapshot that we...
Now, when you look at it like that, think about this in the reverse mouth. Instead of clearing it up, they muddied it up. And this is how the way they had to do it. Simple, y'all. That's why Kenneka looks so glitchy in the footage. That's why everybody was like, that ain't her, because it confused everybody when they tap it in. Look, y'all, the red box, don't y'all see how he got that red box? Y'all see the angle on this box right here on the screen that he got his face in, right? That's how much space that you need just to clear his face. You know what I'm talking about? You only need that space. So when you think about the red boxes, that's that space they had to edit out. That red box will cover up any kind of fingerprint. Like, just say, if you put a picture and lay another picture on top of it, you can see the outer mask on the picture. And if you really look at it, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see how you blend it together. Just look on some thumbnails, and you can just look on some thumbnails and some real good thumbnails, and look and see how many pictures you could put together and make your thumbnail look good. All right, now look at the red boxes is on the camera. If you're gonna edit the footage, that's why that red box right there. Because that's where the body gonna be at. And you need to do your thing, right? So look, I was looking at some more stuff. And watch this. And shout out to 7 Lamps Production too, y'all. Because this is a good video too. Alright, here we go. Now, when I was showing y'all how they edit it, when they get through editing, now they got to get a flash drive to burn the edit version on the flash drive. And this is what they presented to police in the Kenneka Jenkins case. You see what I'm saying? Right? So when they got the edit version, that's how the news knew where Kenneka was in that freezer. Come on, me for telling them. And they were following her Snapchat page. Monifa reached out to the news and they were gonna break her story to Andrew Home. You know what I'm talking about? Now if y'all read the look.
Code case. The files that I received were EXEs. Had it not been an EXE, a person could, with enough skill and enough time and the right software, manipulate it, but from a forensics point of view, what you describe is not possible. Even if someone
Now, if you really want to know the truth of the edited version, it's really the XEX files. Them the edit version. And they download it on a different format, so you can download it on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be completely different on the phone and on the computer, right? So look, they had MTV to come in and try to get a person talking about, well, it's impossible to edit the file and tamper with the file. But I clearly just showed y'all a simple editing tool that you can do this shit on.
was able to export the video into some other format, they then have to get it back into the AC, and there is no tool to do that.
Huh. See that? Now he's saying it ain't no tool to do that. Man, look at the look how to look. They gave us 36 hours, but it's more than 100 hours of footage. Y'all see that? In the Kendrick Johnson, it's more than 100 hours of footage, but they only gave how many footage hours the footage they released? No more than about 10 minutes of footage. Out of all of that. So look.
CNN has hired Grant Fredericks and his team at Forensic Video Solutions to analyze the hundreds of hours of surveillance from Lowndes High School. Although he does not believe the jumpy video is the result of editing, he says there are some other major problems.
Now look at their surveillance screen, right? You see they cameras, you see how they going by frame, right? And don't y'all know Kenneka case when she walking down the hallway, it's so many frames skipping, but y'all won't see it. That's where the glitchy come in there. You be like, oh, look at Kenneka, she glitchy, because you know what I'm talking about? Each frame, they took something out of it, but they couldn't take that much out the frame. I just wish I know how to present a presentation on it. I ain't got no kind of, you know what I'm saying, certificate in that area. But I got a scenario though. Now watch this.
Those files are not original files. They're not something that an investigator should rely on for the truth of the video. They've been altered in a number of ways, primarily in image quality.
Told y'all it's about the quality, frames, and the resolution of the video.
And likely in dropped information loss. There are also a number of files that are corrupted because they've not been processed correctly and they're not playable. So I can't say why they were done that way, but they were not done correctly and they were not done thoroughly. So we're missing information.
Fredericks says that's likely due to how investigators acquired the surveillance video.
Right now, what they've done is they have left it up to the school district to define what it is they want to provide the police. And I think that probably is a mistake.
According to Lowndes County Sheriff's Office incident reports, a detective watched a portion of the surveillance video the day Kendrick Johnson was found. Then he asked the school board's information technology worker for a copy of the surveillance video for the entire wing of the school with the old gym for the last 48 hours. 5 days later, that IT worker provided a hard drive, and according to the incident report, the detective verified it contained the requested surveillance video.
Y'all heard that? When he got the hard drive, now they got the surveillance footage instead of that old what they tried to give. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Man, this is so deep. Hold on, y'all. I got to go to Bree Bree. I got to show y'all what Bree Bree said. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna go what Bree Bree said. Dawg, what is John at? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Cause I thought I saved it in one of my playlists. Hold on, gang. Give me 1 second. Let me do it like this. Let me get out of there. Let me go to this playlist. Cause I know I had to. Do it like this. Hold on, gang. Give me 1 second. Man, where that John at? Here it go. Hold on. Now this ain't it. Where that John at? Hold on. Damn, y'all, I can't find the video. But look, this is what Bree Bree said. Bree Bree said, yeah, I know Kenneka didn't put herself in the freezer. She ain't never said, I know Kenneka didn't walk herself in the freezer. She said, I know Kenneka didn't put herself in the freezer, right? Alright, y'all. I ain't gonna try to break my neck to find that chunk because I don't even see it no more. But hold on, this is it. Yeah, this is right here, gang. Hold on.
The investigator's responsibility is to
I'm looking for help because something's just not right.
What do you think when you look at this picture?
The day I went on prom.
She was so happy. You see how she's smiling.
In order to shed some light on that fateful night, I managed to get an interview with someone who was actually there.
Now y'all gotta check her story out, cause she really just told something. She really dropped a really big bombshell. Just pay attention. Look how that's why they want Bree. You know, that's why they want shit with a crying and all. They want the perfect shot, right?
Why did it mean so much to Kenneka that you were going on prom?
Because she didn't get a chance to go.
Bree is Kenneka's best friend and helped lead the initial search for her at the hotel. This is the first time she's speaking publicly about that night.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Already?
Right. Scene 2, take 1.
Can you talk to us about when you first realized Kenneka was missing?
I asked Maya and Monifa where she was at. They just said she was somewhere drunk. So
When she first got back there, she said the first thing they told her, she asked what Kenneka was. Why would you ask what Kenneka was if you know she supposed to be missing? That's your reason when you came back. So watch this. She said Kenneka somewhere drunk. That's another room, right? Just like Friends K said, right? So Kenneka was in another room.
I took it that she probably went downstairs to use the bathroom or anything. Tam.
You thinking she went downstairs to use the bathroom, right?
Got to going back. I'm like, she still ain't back. So I went downstairs to use the bathroom or anything. Tam got to going back. I'm like, she still ain't back. So that's when.
So time went by, right? So 2:30 she missing. We be back at 3, right? She back at 3. Watch this.
When I got the presentation, like, we need to go look for her. We searched parking lots. I knocked on people's doors. The security guard tried to tell us we had to get out the hallway, but I told him that we wasn't getting out the hallway until we found her.
Did you ask security to help you find her?
Yeah.
What did they say?
And then when they showing y'all, when she talking, look what they showing. Look what MTV showing with Monifa doing meeting up with the gray hoodie.
He didn't even want to show us the cameras.
How did you feel? Did you still feel like it's probably nothing?
No. I know her, I know Kenneka, so I was scared. Like, I was crying because I just knew that, like, what could she...
Now y'all heard the story. I ain't mean to keep piling that, but y'all heard it, so y'all should get the picture now. Now check this out, right? The reason why they had to show them folks down on the lower level checking bathrooms and all this, when they were trying to make them folks move the body. You know what I'm talking about? And when they were trying to move the body, Bree got out of there. You see what I'm saying? That's why they keep throwing it in search. That's not search. That's when they finna go move the body. I don't know why y'all keep thinking different, but it's the truth.
She don't do this type of stuff, so I know she wasn't nowhere else, so it had to been something. How did she end up in the freezer?
You got any thoughts on that?
I don't know what to think about that. I know she ain't put herself in the freezer, though.
I would have said, man, my nigga ain't walking in no freezer. That's my partner. My partner ain't walking in no freezer, bro. She said, I know Kenneka didn't put herself in the freezer. You see that? You put is totally different from walking. So that let you know she got some type of knowledge about Kenneka death too, but ain't saying nothing. Cause she ain't nothing but a hoe too. You know what I'm talking about? She ain't nothing but a little hoe, little fat, little. She ain't no different from the rest of them. You see what I'm saying? She ain't no different from the rest of them. So at this point, man, King Rob got a new for girls. They already smashing Bree. They already smashing Monique. Now I don't know about Shamaya, you know what I'm talking about. I want to put it past her neither. Cause she the biggest freak and I'm seeing hugging up all on who did? PTPs and TY, one of them suckers. Old ass niggas, right? So watch this.
Police have cleared the hotel and its employees of any wrongdoing, but the people in Kenneka's circle still have doubts.
How could this happen in a public place?
To make a long story short, the way they just gave it to y'all in the sequence when Bree was talking, they was showing the footage of where they at. Now look at the footage of what they showing. Now Kenneka getting put in the freezer, but on camera she walking. On that hard drive, she been put in that freezer. You see what I'm saying? Put that together, gang. Look how they showing it in the sequence, right? I'ma mute it. I'm finna mute it.
How did you feel? Did you still feel like it's probably nothing?
No.
They finna move the body.
I know Kenneka, so
that's why they checking the bathroom. You know what I'm talking about?
I just knew that, like, what could she been? She don't do this type of stuff, so I know she wasn't nowhere else. So it had to been something. How did she end up in the freezer?
You got any thoughts on that?
I don't know what.
Now that's when Bree came back in, and there was that 3 something. Look on the camera, it gonna say 4 something. If you go to Bree statement, what she said in the beginning, she said she got there around about 12. About 3:12. At 3:12, it wasn't no 3:13. No 3:30, no 3:31. But on the footage, it said 3:31. But the police statement said it was at 3:15. 3 o'clock. And guess what? She coming in out the back door. She coming in first out the back door. So that means that's when they first, man, it's just so much that you can put it.
To think about that. I know she ain't put herself in the freezer though.
Police have cleared the hotel and its employees of any wrongdoing, but the people in Kenneka's circle still have doubts.
How could this happen in a public place, especially a hotel? You know, most hotels have security on the premises at all times. So it was just like, wow, this had to be something planned out.
It's just fishy to me and everybody else. Somebody in that hotel had something to do with it. Everybody.
Now, I ain't gonna get no copyright, but everything what them folks said, link it back to King Rob, Little Meat, right? King Rob wanted that, right? Boom. So King Rob, so the homie like, well, shit, nigga, you pull that out, nigga, I'm gonna smash the John too, or whatever you got going on. I'm gonna smash too. That's why the niggas nigga was talking about, yeah, bro, you ride with me or what? The killer, right? And the killer was like, no. So King Rob somewhere in another room, him, Straight Flop, and the other chosen queen, right? You know what I'm talking about? They gotta be in another room because they were there. Then we gotta think about Marco. You see what I'm saying? We gotta think about Marco too. These 4 grown men that's on the Kenneka Jimmy K. This their first content ever on YouTube. Grown niggas talking about kids and the way they, you know what I'm talking about, and you know these folks. You know these folks? You was at that room? What kind of sick shit these niggas got going on? And the hotel know what they got going on. Cause Risco wanna turn the cameras out. That's what I'm just saying, guy. It's so sad to me that these same people screwed up the narrative. Got everybody else to look. All the narratives they done spread. Look how many people they still believe in it. You see what I'm saying? I believe King Rob threatened Mr. Reese because he want her to tell on him. That's why I explained why I heard his voice talking to Mr. Reese when she was at the hotel. Trying to explain. He talked too much. You see what I'm saying, y'all? This the truth, gang. I honestly believe when they told Monifa, yeah, I'm gonna give you some money to get out the room, then you can smash too. So Monifa end up in the room with Kenneka. They finna shake something now. Now it's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? Something happened in that room. That's why Monifa posted this shit right here. Look, Kenneka supposed to be in the tub, right? Look like it's supposed to be a foam or something in there too with her, right? And look at the Bobby doll, her just kind of frisbee. Now look, why in one of Malik video, Mika and Jimmy, something like that, and that's what the dude said. The reason why her hair was messed up, cause they put her in the bathtub and try to clean her off. So it would make sense if she was in water, somebody had common sense to know how DNA worked when it come to rape kits. That's why Shemaya cousin and Carl said, he said, yeah, the rape ain't gonna show up on the rape kit cause, you know what I'm saying, you know, the muscle relaxed, it ain't showing no forced entry, no internal damage. You see what I'm saying? And Rosemont made sure that they mentioned that part, that it was no sexual assault, no internal force, no nothing. But you could be laid out, passed out, and don't know what happened. Unless they pull a DNA kit and run it and just see it for sure. That'd be your last option. Well, it ain't no for. Let me see, did the suspect made the woman take a hot bath or something, or they make her soak in some water and wash her up real thoroughly. Cause we don't know if Kenneka woke up in the middle of being assaulted in the room with a bunch of boys, you know what I'm saying? But whoever it was, she had a clear look at the suspect and he panicked. And I'ma tell you, it could be King Rob. It could have been King Rob sitting up there on top of that girl and assaulting that girl. He could have been the one that really, you know what I'm talking about, started everything off with the beating. Y'all don't think King Rob a woman beater? You don't think, you know what I'm talking about, man, he'll whoop a whole ass just really on some GP shit. He look like one of them niggas that'll get fucked up and he'll, you know what I'm saying, take it out on the beach. Beat her, hold her hostage and shit, you know what I'm talking about? He one of them type. But every broad I see him would be really young bitches and some square ass hoes that ain't got nothing going, right? Just some bud smoking, pill popping, blowing, fish scale gang shit going on. You see what I'm saying? So she posted this picture for a reason. And look what he said. If you know, you know. There were the same girl on two monitors in the hallway with her. All black coat with a ponytail, the other girl with a blue pullover and black pants. That's Shemaya. They were left in the hallway with all them boys in the hallway. They giving us an illusion that Kenneka came outside, just her and Shemaya, them the only three people that was in the hallway. That is not a fact. It was more people in that hallway. It's things like that they don't want us to be like, well, look, you keep saying these families and friends. Show us who the family and friends is. What if they was in court? They got man, fucking them, killing them, talking about, yeah, this Kenneka cousins. You know, they from the same block and all that. That's why the investigation threw me off, because I'm like, damn, I read between the lines in the paperwork. I see how the police covering it up, but god damn. This on some more another level shit, because it really making me thinking like, I want to know, because I know the police know these folks. They got their whole background. They ain't got nothing but felony gun charges, dope charges. How many times these suckers been in jail in the system? And you mean to tell me the police don't know them? These the same police patrol their neighborhood. These the same police these niggas be running from when they pull up. These the same police that put their billy sticks out and whoop them niggas on the block. Man, the police whooping them niggas over there. When I seen all that paperwork, them niggas putting the complaints on the police. I'm like, you gangsters, y'all supposed to be thorough, right? I ain't never seen a gangster sign a complaint form before. Why don't you keep that same energy what you had with Snoop? You see what I'm talking about? And you'll really get some clout then, but they let you know these niggas suckers. You know what I'm talking about? I don't like it what they did to that girl in that freezer or in that room. That girl fought for her life, man. She fought for her life. You know what I'm talking about? And I know she had to leave a mark on somebody. She bit somebody. She had to bite somebody. It's her samples, 5 samples on this girl body. It's a lot of DNA in this case, right? And look, the number one thing that would crack the whole case is DNA. It wouldn't even have to go through all the footage and, you know what I'm saying, this big mystery game puzzle. That DNA would have killed everything that would have been, you know what I'm talking about. We would have know who, we got suspects, then we could know why they were moving on the camera. Now we understand the move, why they went that way, why they all split up. Even the police said they were speechless. The police caught on what they were seeing on the footage. The police caught Crown Plaza and they cover up. You see what I'm saying? So everybody pitching in on the money. So Straight Drop, Chosen King, and Marco. I'm just dying to know what them guys had going on that night. I ain't never see a group of them type of guys go to a kid party. I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about? Then you ain't on the video, then nobody ain't trying to put you on the video. They let you know Irene ain't mentioning you. Nobody ain't mentioning you that was in that room. Only the outsiders mentioned King Rob and exposing him that he was there. So he just had to go on and make his channel, put a little comedy with it, with all these body blows, and you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he gonna get a real body blow, right? Cause I got a 12 gauge shot at double burn. You know what I'm talking about? Old school John. I like to run up on a nigga, you know what I'm talking about? Close point blank range and squeeze that trigger, you know what I'm talking about? And feel the mist of that spray, you know what I'm talking about? That little blood spray, you know what I'm talking about? Feel the mist of it, you know what I'm talking about? Cause I'm gonna stick around until your ass guggle your last goddamn breath. I ain't running, you know what I'm talking about? And while you if you taking too long now, you know what I'm talking about? Now I gotta send one to the head. Straight between the eyes, Jack. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, gang. And then Friends Cave already told me everything what was going on, and we still got a lot to go, gang. We still got a whole lot to go with this case. Now I know everybody wanna be like looking at the footage and I understand, you know what I'm saying, people like look there and look here, you know what I'm talking about? I totally understand it. But now I understand there was a distraction. There was just to throw us out there that they knew it was gonna confuse us. We didn't have proper question or proper thinking to actually what we were seeing on the footage. Nobody didn't know nothing about time skips and glitches like this. This the only case in the world that got this kind of shit in it. See what I'm saying? This the only case that I seen this shit go on. And they getting away with it. They let you know how big these folks is in the game. Donna Stevens he already moving up to the legislative seats. You think he losing sleep over the case? Hell no. Long as these people still misguided and undecided, they finna play us.
Exciting lineup for the fall and winter. Bill Cosby, Seinfeld, which I believe is going to be announced real soon. If not, I'm blowing the lid off that one. Mannheim Steamroller and Moscow Ballet. Convention Center is doing well. The original ballrooms are going to be renovated in the next few months here by the end of the year. Our walkway remodeling is tying together. It's a much more friendly and warm appearance.
Now I hope y'all understand what this man's saying about this convention center that's across the street from Crown Plaza. It's big celebrities coming there, throw parties there. This where the big dogs throw their parties at. You see what I'm saying? No footage of none of this. And it was a big event going on the same night that Kenneka came up missing. So I want to know what scrape drop relations is with the family. Cause I would read between the lines like he was kissing Mr. Reese's ass for some reason. I'm like, damn, the way he doing it, I'm like, man, man, you know what I'm saying? You talking about his fake, but you talking about happy birthday, Mr. Reese. But Mr. Reese was like, yeah, was you a dog? And I'm like, Scratchy, why would she say that? And I said, man, I would hunt that footage down to look for that sucker on that junk. If she said it, it was official. Then I want to know what video Mr. Reese had to see. She probably know that somebody was at the party that wasn't supposed to be there. This is probably why she called up there too something and told them folks to check the camera. So in my mind, Mr. Reese knew at two something. I don't know how true that is, but that's what's said, that's what been documented. So, but Mr. Reese said we gonna get justice though. Now we gonna see how this gonna be rolling. Hold on, y'all. Appreciate the cash app too, y'all. That much love, gang. Cause man, right now, man, I got so many videos that I'm putting together so we can do a whole check on these. See what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm.
We just finished a renovation of the east parking garage to provide more parking and other options for folks to be able to park. The convention center this year, and I'm very proud to say this, $4 million in revenue up over 2013. So without the staff and the people that the Village of Rosemont have working for us, we can't accomplish this stuff, and those people are doing a tremendous job. Pat Nagel, Chris Stevens, and yes, that's my nephew, and I'm really proud.
Now you see that? It's about the money. Man, look, these folk making millions. And you think they finna let one little black girl screw their operation up because of these gang niggas coming up in there and doing this shit? You can understand why they covering it up now. Like, well, shit, you know what I'm talking about? You got these folk, man, I'm finna cut the cameras off. It could be just what it was, y'all. See what I'm talking about? What? How many people in here? Boy, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all sure like. And get everybody up in here. We just discussing this, man. Because you know what I'm saying? Because this, while we keep cruising Bree and Shemaya and them, what about Screep Drop them? They need the same pressure and more pressure on them now. So now my content finna get this other attention. Man, while you was at that room, then it was a video that you was in another room at the Crown Plaza, but you said you was there. They said the video they were showing you at the hotel, you said you was there on a New Year's. That's why you were there to celebrate New Year's. What, friends came back in here? Come on with it, friends K. Let's do it, y'all. I'm watching the chat this time. Friends K, what's up, my brother? Man, you know you welcome on this, John. Come on in. Come on in. Cause we gotta I gotta hold on, y'all. Where he at? I don't see him. Hold on, y'all. I don't see him yet. Hold up. Damn, I don't see him, y'all. I'm reading the chat, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but Friends K got some more stuff to reveal, gang. Keep this in mind. You know what I'm talking about? Trey ain't gonna look. Man, y'all just don't know. The man wanna talk. Check this out, right? The man wanna talk. We gotta take this serious. Cause check this out. When he popped up in there the last time, everybody was in the chat knew that was him. Everybody knew that was him, right? But look at the discretion that the people will come out with content talking about it's fake and this ain't wrong and you know what I'm talking about and stuff like that. So if y'all go back to this and girl, you know what I'm talking about. Hold on, y'all. I don't see Friends K. Hold on. Hey, y'all see him and I don't. So look. Hold on, y'all. We gotta get him back up in here. I gotta scroll all the way down. Cause look, even the news media knew where the girl was. See, they got caught. See, this is different. See, these folk got caught lying, and the lies is being revealed, but nobody ain't just really just taking it all serious. This is like the letter, right? The letter he sent me. Everything he said was really actually facts. But look how many people just really forgetting about that. You see what I'm saying? And that's like a diamond wedding ring. Oh my God, I got a wedding ring. Me, it's true. You see what I'm saying? It's a fish. See?
Financial Park. We just finished up Rockin' in the Park, the summer concert series on Thursday nights. Tremendous success for us. We're running in now into the haunted house, Disturbia Screams. That'll start October 3rd and run periodically through November 1st. Lastly, for my newspaper guys, I'd like to throw some economic numbers at you. In the last year, we've added.
See that game? Now look, Franz K was telling everybody what happened, and he telling you it's about money. They in the money laundry. He been investigated for that. Half of his business partners are either locked up or doing some kind of time. You know what I'm saying? Embezzlement, bribery. You know what I'm talking about? They worse than us. To be honest with you, they worse than the game. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Now look, that's all these folks do. Talk about their convention center. Talk about money. Talk about cameras. Look, look how they use these cameras, right? Watch this. Y'all think I'm bullshitting? Watch this shit.
101 full and part-time employees, bringing that total Village and Rosemont employees, not the contractors that work for the Village of Rosemont, just the Village of Rosemont, 726 employees, full and part-time. Our general fund revenues are up 20%, amusement tax up 40%. The sales tax revenue is up 3.1 million, or that equates to 92%. Thank you, Jim Hansen and Fashion Outlets.
Now you can have an expert do your taxes for you, 100% free. Simple tax returns only.
Y'all, that one camera right there on this street, that one camera making these folks million. One camera. So you mean to tell me how they playing with the camera footage around the city? You can't show me no camera of these cars on the license plates and these cameras that zoomed in on these parking lots and all this shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Watch this. So you mean to tell me that one camera? Look how these folk masterminds with this. With cameras. With cameras. These what these people socializing in. You see what I'm saying, yo? One camera, $2.5 million in tickets in 3 years. Man, that motherfucker snapping like a motherfucker, ain't it, gang? I want to know how many screenshots these bitches be getting off these license plates. You know what I'm talking about? Now look how they footage look on the street. Why they don't show the parking lot footage like this? You see this? This is a video that ain't been tampered with. This a video they letting you see. You see what I'm saying? Look how clear it is, no glitches, everything running smooth. Man, these folk mastermind with camera. That's why the security company is going. That's why they get sued too. But y'all got to know who really owned the junk. It's another police officer and he crooked. Hold on, gang.
I am now one of the millions of American seniors who have their groceries covered.
He's one of the highest paid mayors in the country. Brad Stevens of Rosemont earns $260,000. Now Stevens stands to earn another $69,000. As a state representative, Morning Insider Lauren Victory sat down with the well-paid politician to ask the questions taxpayers want answered about all that money.
Do you plan on resigning as mayor?
No, not at all.
Mayor Bradley Stevens is in for the long haul. As leader of the small but thriving suburb in the shadows of O'Hare Airport, Stevens.
Man, y'all, this man done moved up in the big house. He a state representative now and the mayor, and he get to make laws now.
Earns $260,000 a year for running Rosemont. Population, 4,200. But the trickle of money into Stevens' wallet is about to get faster. Stevens is adding $69,000 to his annual income following his recent swearing in as state rep for Rosemont and the surrounding areas of the 20th Legislative District. Why is it fair to be getting paid for 2 full-time jobs?
Well, I don't. Is a legislator really a full-time job, a state legislator? I don't think so. A lot of the legislators have other full-time jobs. I don't think that at the end of the day that what I'll be getting is beyond fair.
Stevens is keeping 100% of that $69,000 state lawmaker salary, but that's not the case with his Rosemont salary. How will you be mayor here and also state representative down in Springfield?
Well, the days that I'm in Springfield, and I know this is a big question, I'll be either using my vacation time that I've earned over the last 30 years here working for the village and docking myself the days that I don't use vacation.
Here's the math on docking himself. That $260,000 mayoral salary works out to about $1,000 a day, which Stevens vows not to accept from Rosemont when he's at the Capitol. The legislature's usually in session about 65 days a year.
In today's world, with the electronic age, so to say, I think that it's a lot more manageable. I stand.
Man, this man made it all the way to the Capitol, Jack. And this the person that Mitch Reese is suing, you know what I'm saying? Suing Crown Plaza. They affiliated with Crown Plaza. He got business people that he in business with that socialize with Crown Plaza and other. You see what I'm saying? So that means when Mitch Reese is suing him, she's suing some of his friends and co-workers. You know what I'm talking about? So you got to look at it like that. That's why they trying to put up a fight in the courthouse. And look how the fight going, right? Look how the fight going. They playing footage we ain't seen in court yet. We don't know what narrative they going along with it. From my understanding, they trying to say that she was last seen by her friends and these folks were family. You know what I'm saying? They was in there drinking. And she ended up, they still trying to come up with a way and prove it was an accident. Edit footage, falsified documents when it comes to the autopsy report, and then to the witness statement and the suspect statement too. See what I'm talking about? So she fighting up against some real folks, y'all. You see what I'm talking about? She up against some real people, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm reading the chat, y'all. I'm reading that chat. Trust me. So, man, look. I did a whole lot of digging, right? I did a whole lot of digging. You know what I'm talking about? And it's gonna take a minute for me to cause I just want to do one big ass documentary on this shit. You see what I'm talking about? It's so much with it. I want to do one big documentary starting from 3 weeks before Kenneka death until right now. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what's the outcome there will be in the Kenneka Jenkins case. How many people feel like that she gonna get justice? See what I'm talking about? The Fans K won't reach out if he had something to hide. And I'm gonna let you know that now. You see what I'm talking about? So I believe she gonna get justice. It gonna take a while. Cause look, you got to stall. Cause you got the people that's at the party coming up dead or in jail. Meaning, you know what I'm talking about? There ain't gonna be no kind of witness at the courts or nothing. Cause I wanna know is Killer going to the Crown Plaza? I mean to the court with Miss Teresa? I wanna know is Peas, you know what I'm saying? What's his relationship with Miss Teresa? I wanna know everybody's relationship there with Miss Teresa right now that was in that room. You see what I'm saying? But I believe, you know what I'm talking about? Miss Teresa know what happened. She just can't tell us though. So I'm gonna stick up in her in the chat and wait on Friends K to come back. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I'm gonna tell y'all what be really going on. When I be telling y'all, I'm like, man, y'all don't know who watching. I know somebody important watching Trey Gang. I know somebody important watching Trey Gang be like, look, Trey Gang got it right. But he getting there. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna be one of them lies that just gonna pop up and that motherfucker gonna go. This is like when I was spilling that tea, the video, man, that went viral. I was in the moment. I was in Kenneka Jenkins' spirit. I was exposing shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? I was in the moment. Look how many, 1,000,000 people tuned in on. You see what I'm saying? And them other sucker was so mad about it. Cause the truth is the truth. Man, look, I know I'm a little threat to him because some of the I know how to ask certain questions now. You know what I'm talking about? Cause like a lawyer don't say maybe or would have, you know, none of that shit. You know, no if or buts, none of no if, no buts. It's straight facts and receipts. I mean, it got to a point that everybody really treating everything was just it could be facts and you would still would just treat it just like, yeah, Miss Teresa, look, Miss Teresa got a YouTube channel and I don't even see why she ain't got more views. I mean, more subscribers yet, cause she supposed to have, look, how many JFK people that actually sync this lady channel and then subscribe to it? Some people really don't even want to listen to the mama. And that's fucked up. I mean, this is a lady that could tell us about everything about Monifa friendship, Shamaya friendship. You know what I'm saying about? Has Shamaya and Kenneka ever had an argument before? Was her and Monifa stayed into it a lot? Or did she, you know what I'm saying, slacked up off Monifa or slacked up from Irene them too? When the last time she saw Irene before she even went to Crown Plaza? You see what I'm saying? We don't even know none of this shit. And then these people, you know what I'm saying, that's my friend. Then you got Monifa talking about, that's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? All this old... No. But check this out, y'all. On that footage, right? When I show y'all this phone, John,
I used to pay $162 every month for my car insurance. Now, check out how much I'm...
Hi, what's up guys? Today I want to show you how to make a CCTV. Please stop 0. Please stop 2. Okay, it's complete. It's
man, this what it look like. If I got this phone, then my other employee got this phone. I'm walking up to him. He see me coming up towards him. I'm watching him, everything he do. And then look and check this out. Now we know these people was on their phone walking through the hotel, but we don't know if they were actually on their real phone. It could have been one of them, you know what I'm talking about, security phone too, and trying to maneuver around. Cause Shamaya had her arms in her shirt, like, you see what I'm saying? So when I see this, only thing I can do is imagine this. Hold up. Hold on, gang. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got to find the video while I'm showing y'all. Hold on. Yeah, where that John at? It gotta be somewhere up in here. Why would Kenneka...
When she walk out the room, Monifa, I walk out the what's wrong? She said, walk out the room, Monifa.
Now, y'all remember what Bree said? Look, watch this. Bree said, no, I was gonna drive when I walked back through the doors. That's the first thing they said. You gonna have to drive because Kenneka drunk, right? When Monifa walked Kenneka out, you wasn't there. So my thing is why she was outside if you wasn't there yet. And either of one of them, who was gonna drive? They would have had waited on you in the room with the other people around. You see what she said about Monifa? Monifa walked up out the room and she was outside with these folks, right? But they got outside, but not the hallway.
Monifa, I walk out there. What's wrong? She sitting on the ground or whatever. She got her legs up and she got her head between her legs. So I'm like, what's wrong too? What's wrong? She like, I'm just ready to go. I want to go home. My mom like, I'm ready to go. I'm like, what's wrong though? Like, what's the matter? I'm like, all right, we can leave. She like, well, my phone, I don't know what you do with your phone. She like, Irene got it. It's on the radio. Bam, I'm all right. She, but with my keys.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. Now, I showed y'all when the paperwork, Kenneka had her phone at 217, and she was on Snapchat, and she made a video, and Leonora seen the video, right? So now, how all of a sudden that she ain't got her phone and Bree got the phone? I just showed y'all Bree on the move. She went. All right, hold on. Let me just keep playing this shit.
I'm like, I don't know where your keys at. She like, Bree got my keys. So I'm like, how we finna go anyway? She like, I don't want to go back in the room. I'm just ready to go. Bam, I'm all right. Just stay right here. I'm finna go grab your phone.
Man, y'all gotta think about who was in these folks earlier. Who tell
Check it out. Check it out, my doors creepy up. We lost 48. Check it out, these doors creepy up. Niggas be these doors like that. You know, beat me up. Check it out. Check it in. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. To get a script, then I'm checking out. You got the money, check it out. Unless you know I had the money, never stop. Yeah. Check it out. Check me out. Check it out. Bitch, I'm already checking out. Got two girls. Check it out. Like my shit was talking, that ain't how it work and all. Somebody take me out. Come out the day of.
Now there you go. In plain sight with Monifa. You can't say this fake. You see what I'm saying? This is a fair use act for teaching and education purposes only. All is allegedly, and we don't own any copyrights to any content. Hi y'all, this is a disclaimer, you know what I'm talking about? This is a disclaimer. So Bree, I don't think Bree never left. Cause she said she 10 minutes away. If she walking 10 minutes away, like, you know what I'm talking about? That's like somewhere down the street. You still in Rosemont, somewhere down in that area. It probably had to take you 10 minutes to walk to where to get back. You see what I'm talking about? So look how they got the police on the blast and showing you this shit. Now look, these is all receipts. Now look, Monifa made a post and said Rosemont police have told us not to speak. What happened? I can't help my friend even if I wanted to. And you just heard what Irene just said. Rosemont told y'all what?
Rosemont police told us, and we know you talking about the day of. Speaking of the day of, motherfucker, let me go back to that.
She ducked off on her own. You feel me? Like she ducked off on her own type shit. That's when they got her on video walking past the front desk.
The video showed the young lady in the lobby, and I watched her from the lobby walk to the elevator. Now,
like first of all, the freezer's not in the fucking basement. Ain't no freezer in the basement.
we're waiting for that, but she did walk into that elevator, and she was trying to cross.
And check this out. They still talking about the same route she downstairs. So if they got her on video walking past the front desk, then she downstairs too, but the freezer upstairs. You see what I'm talking about? But the story is still the same. It's like one of them telling the truth and the other one ain't. Cause he got to come up with a story about a lobby footage that she supposed to be on that was never released. And he said he seen the video. So I'm just trying to see what's going on with that.
Possibly get back up to the ninth floor, but she might have pushed the button, or the button was always pushed already to show lower level, and the elevator went down.
Under Andrew Holmes came here to the Rosemont Police Department. He told us he saw the surveillance video, a video that shows Kenneka walking into that freezer on her own.
Me looking at the video, she was trying to find her way back upstairs to the lobby. And she was checking the doors, and she was checking other doors, just trying to find her way back upstairs. So in saying that, she was walking forward where all of the video cameras caught her every movement, and I watched her as she went through the other door, and at the same time, she went through an unsecured area, which is not her fault.
If you want to play hardball, you got to subpoena Andrew Holmes on the case too, and he got to testify and see what he saw on the video footage, because he's saying something totally different. You see what I'm talking about? So I want to know if they're going to happen. If they going to, you know what I'm saying, retract all the witnesses that's still alive, even employees too, to come and help Miss Teresa win that lawsuit. See what I'm saying? I want to know how many going to be gang for it. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Them employees that work there, they really want to take their ass down. But the JFK community is so stirred up with all these different narratives, these different all this stuff that's going around on the case. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I said, man, let's stay focused. Let's go with the facts. See what I'm saying? Straight paperwork, documented facts. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't got no time to play around with this case. That's why they took the footage and the whole investigation down. Man, look, they had to take it down. Because they knew somebody was putting all that footage out on the internet and was solving that shit. They see how people were getting close to it. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate the Cash App gang too, y'all. Yeah, I appreciate you, man, the love and the support. You know what I'm talking about? Man, y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel, Jack. And come down with the Payal gang. You dig what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, we down here for some new recruits. You dig? Yeah. And check this out. Now look. I'm going to come back with some more tea. Because I'm going to come up with some content about this sucker hairline right here. Man, y'all see that goddamn hairline? That motherfucker all the way to his neck, ain't it? Yeah. I'm going to show you the nigga Barbara. I'm going to show you where he go to. See what I'm talking about, guy? And who fucked it up? They said, yeah, his barber name, old man, blind Willie. You know what I'm talking about? They must have did the no seat challenge. That nigga head. You see, man, look how swole it is. That motherfucker shaped up. Look at that motherfucker shape on that motherfucker. That motherfucker shaped like a plump ass lemon head, ain't it, y'all? That motherfucker shaped like an omelet, ain't it? You know what I'm talking about? Man, that hairline through Bookie. It's over with. But yeah, gang. I don't like him. You know what I'm talking about? He look like he'll steal your roaches out the ashtrays. You know what I'm talking about? He that nigga that knock on your mama door talking about where your mama at. Tell your mama, come on, tell her, you know what I'm talking about? Tell him this Andrew out here. Yeah. He look like he go to the he look like he drink some of that Milwaukee best, don't it, y'all? He sip that moonshine and twist him a Kush blunt and fuck up the whole paperwork. I want to know what he was smoking when he was watching the footage. Cause with a hairline like that, yeah, you was in the crack epidemic back then. You know what I'm talking about? So you kind of hip to it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Andrew Hunt, we need you. You know, we need to tell everybody that you seen the footage. But give me a gram, goddamn. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, gang, I'm gonna go live later on and kick the bobo with y'all. You know what I'm talking about? But until then, Trey Gang love y'all. Y'all be cool and y'all be safe. You know what I'm talking about? Appreciate everybody love and support, gang. But I'm gonna go live tonight, you know what I'm talking about? And fire this nigga up. I'm gonna fire all them suckers up that was at the party. Cause I got all kind of jokes. You know what I'm talking about? Fed is just something package. I got thunder booty packages. You know, I got so much tea going on. I ain't even unboxed it yet. You know what I'm talking about? I got the spirit box too, y'all. I got the spirit box. And I got that junk on the 2000 watt amp too. So we got good frequency. You know what I'm talking about? And look, and the last person that we talked to, the last dead people we talked to, y'all, when I was talking to them spirit, look, the other spirit name, Lil John said, "What's up?" He said he wanted to get in the chat, but they ain't got these kind of phones out there. their head. You know what I'm talking about? You know, they dye they foam in they forehead. You know what I'm talking about? Like E.T. and shit, they one finger shit. That's what they do. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, John, he with the bid. He want to see what y'all got going on. Yeah. But bye y'all. I'll be back. Man, Trey Gang love y'all. Y'all be cool.